guys, it's your girl Julia Steele coming at you from my living room. Hey! Still a little sick, as you can hear, sorry. I had a interesting conversation with a guy on Facebook today. No one I knew, but there's a page that posted, if you've heard of the Angel Shot, it's basically a code word for if you're out at a bar and a woman orders an angel shot, it means that the date she is with is creepy and she needs help and she needs to get out. So this is what it says, and supposedly it started at a Hooters, but where it actually started is apparently up for debate, because there was a lot of Hooters girls on there who were like, I don't know what that is. So anyway, it says, are you on a date that isn't going well? Is your Tinder or Plenty of Fish date not who they said they were on their profile? Do you feel unsafe or even just a bit weird? We're here to help. Just go to the bar and order an angel shot. If you order an angel shot neat, your bartender will escort you to your vehicle. If you order it with ice, your bartender will call an Uber or Lyft for you. With lime, your bartender will call the police. We'll handle things discreetly and without a lot of fuss. We've been there and we want you to know that you're in good hands. So, right off the bat, I'm kind of thinking, okay, I think that's a good idea, right? I mean, if a woman is out with a guy and he starts getting really, really creepy and you're getting like rapey vibes from him, it's good to have an option. Like, I always have my phone on me and I feel like I'd be able to defend myself. I have a lot of things that I bring with me. My pepper spray, for example, my damsel in defense stuff. I just feel like I would be okay, but maybe another girl wouldn't. So this was an option. So I said, oh, well, that seems like a good idea, you know, more options just in case, you know, something were to happen. And a whole bunch of guys came on there and were telling me how this was not a good idea because women could use it to get out of dates with someone they just didn't like. And I'm just like, I would just leave. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I wouldn't, you know, get other people involved just because my date is boring or whatever. So I didn't really know about that. But then another guy brought up something which I thought was really interesting. And he's like, well, what if she uses it to get out of paying for the date? Like, she just doesn't like him, doesn't want to pay for it, so she goes to the bar, orders the angel shot, and they get her out of there, and the guy's stuck with the bill. I don't know why I thought that was so crazy, but it just got me thinking, like, what could be the worst possible date that I could have that I would want to get other people involved in my escape from that date? So I racked my brain, and I remember the worst date I've ever been on. And I would still never do this. I would still never get other people involved in my affairs, in my dates. But, so this is what, I think we went to Red Robin. I'm sorry. I'm still getting over my cold. We went to Red Robin. I think I met him on Plenty of Fish. I was on there for like 2 weeks. I was like maybe, I don't know, 19, 18, 19. This guy, right off the bat, the first thing he said to me was, I hope you know you're paying for your half because I'm not an ATM. Wow. Like, even if I was going to pay for myself, which normally, if I go on a date, I don't pay for myself. I think that's just a customary thing. It's not like I expected. I still bring money, and I don't mind paying for myself, but I was just like, that's really rude to say. So, the entire time, I did not let this guy talk at all. And you can tell me if you think this is bitchy. I don't care. I was 18 or 19 at the time. I did not care. I was a cute little thing. I just did not care. I thought this guy was the rudest person I've ever met in my life to say something like that to me right off the bat. So I ordered 2 appetizers, a main course, and probably maybe 2 desserts. You know, back in the day, I could really pack it in. I didn't let this guy get a word in edgewise. All I did, I bitched about my coworkers. I complained about my family. I was just the biggest downer you could ever meet. I complained about my friends at the time. I talked about all my exes. I just was the rudest person I could possibly be, and I just ate all this food in front of him for 2 hours. I did not let him leave. And I felt it was totally justified. Again, I was just out of high school at this time. So, obviously, if that happened to me now, I would have just left. But I really wanted to prove a point. But I was thinking about it. I was like, okay, that's the worst date I've ever been on. And even then, there's no way that I would have ordered an angel shot to have someone sneak me out of that date. You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to get it in my head. I'm trying to see it from a guy's perspective. Have any of you had like a date walk out on them or anything like that? Like, I'd love to hear like your worst possible date scenarios. And what do you think about this angel shot? Do you think it's a good idea for women to have this option? A lot of guys were like, well, what if the girl's really fat and what if she's creepy? Like, is there a way for you to get out? I just feel like you can just leave anyway. Regardless, I feel like most men and women could just leave or they could call someone. But I feel like in a situation, maybe it is good for people to have that option just in case. You just never know. And then there were a lot of people who were saying, well, why are you blasting it all over the internet? Now all the men are going to know. All the creepy men are going to know. Again, what do you think? I'm kind of torn on the subject, to be honest. I've never had a date where that has gotten so far that he's really creeped me out in a public area. I would feel like a creeper would try to get you alone at his house or something like that. So, comment your opinions. I'd love to hear them. As always, I love you all. Peace.